Need to stop for a second. Okay, so yeah, we're talking about logic today. So what they're doing, well, the first thing they're going to talk about in the study of logic, a statement is a sentence that is true or false. So a statement is something that has to either be true or false, no in between. So the sky is blue. That's a statement, right?
True.
Whoops.
Purple. No, like you, Anna. Can you do?
We'll say A means the sky is blue. That is a statement. It's either true or false. So, what would something that's not a statement be?
The sky's red.
No, that's a statement because.
Is the sky red?
Okay, girls, you stop talking.
Would it be like, is the sky red?
Is the sky red? That's not a statement.
I was thinking opinions.
The sky is pretty. That's not a statement.
That's an opinion, and people cannot have an opinion.
Okay, it's not a true. You can have an opinion, but it's not a true-false statement. Anyway, so do you guys see on the top of page 60 under the blue definition box? So is this a statement or not? The Bible is the Word of God. Is that a statement? Yes, it's a statement because you can say it's true or false. Number 2, 2 times 3 is 9. Is that a statement?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a false statement, but it's still a statement. Number 3, x plus 5 equals 23. Is that a statement?
No.
Okay, it's not because x could be a lot of things, so there's not really a true or false on that one. Number 4, life began through the act of creation by God. Is that a statement?
Yes.
Yes. It's either true or false. I believe it's true. Number 5, 8 plus 7 equals 15. Is that a statement? Yeah, because it's true, right? So it's a statement. If you know it's true or false, then it's a statement. So let's talk about some symbols here. So our statement A, the sky is blue. First symbol, let's do this one. It's kind of like a backwards E, capital. It means sometimes. So if I say sometimes A, well, what do you think that's going to mean? The sky is sometimes blue. Okay, symbol number 2, this thing. Every or always? Or all or something like that. Every, always. Well, probably always is the best way to describe it. So if I say that the sky is always blue. Kind of depends on what you mean by the sky is blue. Whether it's true or false or not. Another one is the negation symbol. It's kind of like, you guys remember when we were doing sets last chapter and they had the little complement of set A, means not that. So the negation symbol means not that. I'll just put not, I guess. So if we did negation of A, it would be the sky is not blue. Now this seems simple, but it does get a little trickier here. Okay, let's talk about the tricky. If I said, maybe I can just use these. Okay, the sky is sometimes blue. If I said the negation of that statement, so the negation of sometimes the sky is sometimes blue. What is the negation of sometimes? Yeah, it is never. So this, like negation of sometimes, not sometimes is like never. Maybe I should have started with this. What's the negation of always? No. If I say it's not always, what does that mean?
Sometimes.
Could be sometimes. Not always means sometimes. It is sometimes, maybe not. And if I said not never, negation of never, it's not really a symbol for that. If it's not never,
Sometimes.
sometimes. I know, it's weird.
This is not confusing.
If you think about it, it makes sense. If it's not, if I say it's not never,
But it's not always.
yeah, it doesn't mean always, it just means sometimes. So these kind of, not always and not never means could happen sometimes, but not sometimes means never. So if I say like, some people like Dr. Pepper, it's a true statement, right? But if I say not some people like Dr. Pepper, that means nobody likes Dr. Pepper. So if a statement is true, its negation will always be false, or if you, backwards. If the statement is false, its negation has to be true. Okay, so anyway, this part right here kind of makes it tricky. So anyway, we'll try to be careful around that. Actually, let's look at example 1, see if we can figure it out. Example 1, top of page 61, it says negate each statement. There exists a student who gets straight A's. So that's kind of, if they're saying there's one or at least one, then that's like they're saying sometimes a student gets straight A's. So what's the negation of that? No student gets straight A's. That would be the negation. Q, this one's confusing because it's got a negative in the middle. Some pies are not cherry pies. So what's the negation of some? None. So, but if I put it in a sentence, no pies, none pies, are not cherry pies. That means yes. Whoever said all pies, I don't know if you're reading the bottom, but that's a much better way of saying that. Negation of some is no pies are not. If no pies are not, it's double negative. That means all pies are cherry. So the original statement was true, which was some pies are not cherry. The negation is false, all pies are cherry. Confusing, isn't it? I think only the Q is confusing in this section, but the next one is no square is a circle. So what's the negation of no square? It's kind of like the negation of never. So some square is a circle. So it's like the sometimes one. Yeah, they put there exists a square that is a circle, or some square is a circle. Confusing. All right, and this part should be a little bit more familiar. This is called, we did this last year for like a couple assignments. It's called a conjunction, and it means kind of the same thing as intersection. And what did intersection mean? And. Yes, it meant what they had in common, but yeah, it meant like an and statement. And then also last year we did a couple assignments with this, and it's called a disjunction. And it's like the set symbol of union. And what does this mean? Or. So that means either this one is true or that one is true. Yeah, so we use the intersection and union symbols. We use those for sets, like set notation. And we use this for like truth statements, like this is true or false. So if I say, let's say you guys are freshmen, right? So let's say that statement P is you guys are freshmen. And let's say statement Q is and you are in geometry. So those are both true, right? So if I say P and Q, is that going to be true? You guys are freshmen and in geometry. Is that a true statement? Yes. Okay, what if I say you guys are freshmen? True. And you are in algebra? False. Is it true or false when I say an and in there? You guys are freshmen and in algebra. That's false. So and has to both be true. So what if I said, the first thing I said was false, but the second thing I said was true? You guys are sophomores and you are in geometry. That's false. But what if I said you are sophomores and you are in algebra? Still false. So for the and statement, they both have to be true for it to work. You guys get it? What if I do or? Let's do the same little table here. P or Q. So you guys are in, you guys are freshmen or you're in geometry. Is that a true statement? Yeah. We don't usually use or when they're both true, but by a logic statement, yeah, they're both true. So it's true. You guys are freshmen, true, or you're in algebra, false. True. So with an or statement, if one of them is true, it's still a true statement. You guys are in, you guys gotta remember every time, I forget. You guys are sophomores or you're in geometry. That's true. You guys are sophomores or you're in algebra. False. So the only time or doesn't work is if they're both. False. Yeah. Okay, I think we got it all. Did we get it all? Yeah. Okay. So, I'll do the odds with you guys. Number 1. So the options are state whether each sentence is true, false, or not a statement at all. So if there's no way of telling whether it's true or false because it's not a statement. Number 1, the Bible is true. True. Number 3, is Kelly a basketball player? Not a statement. We can't say whether the question is true or false, because it's not really a true or false thing. Okay, number 5. X plus 8 equals 12. Not a statement. You don't know. X could be a bunch of different things. Number 7. A skill used in volleyball is dribbling. False. It is a statement. Number 9. It has been proved. Wouldn't it be proven? It has been proved. It could be both. It has been proven. Has been proved. Yeah, I guess they're right. I don't know, maybe. It has been proved that life began through evolution. It's a statement. False. Okay, yeah, they, scientists treat it as if it's a true statement, even though it hasn't been proven, because there is no other natural explanation, so they kind of have to stick with that or believe in God if they don't want to. Okay, 11. State whether each statement is a disjunction or conjunction. What did disjunction mean? Or. What did conjunction mean? And then say whether it's true or false. Okay, so a stop sign is red and a yield sign is blue. Is that a disjunction or conjunction? Conjunction. And is conjunction. And then is that a true or false statement? False. Stop sign is red is true, but a yield sign is not blue. That's false. And if it's an and statement, one of them being false makes it false. Okay. 13. 12 minus 5 equals 9, or 12 equals 2 times 6. Conjunction or disjunction? Disjunction, because the or. Is it a true statement? This one might trip you up, I don't know. 12 minus 5 equals 9, or 12 equals 2 times 6, true. Yes. Why is it true? If it's an or statement, only one of them has to be true, right? You don't have to have both of them true. So because it's an or and one of them is true, it is true. 15. 6 plus 3 equals 9, and 12 minus 8 equals 4. Is that a conjunction or disjunction? Conjunction. Is it a true statement? True statement? False statement?
True.
True. Pay attention. 17. A person will go to heaven or he will go to hell. Disjunction or conjunction? Disjunction, because the or. All right. Is it true or false? Is anybody Catholic in here?
He's a Christian.
Okay, a Catholic might say it's false. Do you guys know why?
I don't listen to church.
Purgatory.
I thought that was like.
He says like,
What is that?
You
It's
think
like
I
a
understand those?
It's,
do you know what purgatory
I thought
is?
that was a
It's
scam.
where- it's
Isn't
where-
that like a scandal?
it's where it cleanses. It's supposed to cleanse your sins or something.
Purgatory is like halfway between heaven and hell.
That was the whole
Yeah.
Catholic church.
So, what are like Mormons? Mormons have like more books of the Bible, right? What are they?
They have like 5.
Mormon has,
They make no sense.
Catholics have more books. That's where they got purgatory from. And Mormon has one more book called the Book of Mormon. Catholics are still considered to be Christians by most Christians, but Mormons are not, even though they would call themselves Christians.
We just ran into Mormons last night on the street.
Did you?
And then our pastor or minister or whatever took us home from the river, and our parents were like out there like arguing with them kind of.
Yeah.
They were arguing.
So
Or, like,
the Mormon thing, so Catholics and Mormons do use the Bible we use, but they use extra stuff too. And the Book of Mormon is by a guy called Joseph Smith, and he's a very questionable dude, but the main problem was they believe that Jesus was like a normal person that became God, and that we can become like Jesus, like a God ourselves. And so that's why we say that's not Christian. But a Mormon you meet on the street might not understand that either, so they would just call themselves.
They were like 18 or something, and they had like badges or something, and one of the guys said, I literally wear his name on my chest. And I was like, I
They believe only 144,000 people can go to heaven, and they've got to be,
Bro,
They aren't on everything.
or the high level of heaven or
I'm not
something.
very.
And you got to be, so they all do like missionary work, like those two 18-year-olds, and yeah. Anyway, it's kind of messed up. There's a lot of messed up stuff. But anyways, 19. Thanksgiving falls on Thursday or Friday. Is that a disjunction or conjunction? Disjunction.
Is it false?
Do you guys know when Thanksgiving always
It
is?
can't be a Friday because
No,
Black Friday shopping.
It's, yeah, Black Friday is after Thanksgiving. So
Oh.
Thanksgiving is always on a Thursday. So is that true or false?
What about?
It's like the third Thursday in November. Okay, 21. Negate Q. Okay, Q is Ben Franklin wasn't an inventor. So we got to start by negating that. What is the negation of Ben Franklin was an inventor?
He was not an inventor.
Right. So you got to write that. Ben Franklin was not an inventor. And then we got to say which is true. The original statement Q or the negation of Q. Yeah, he was an inventor, although, do you guys know what he invented?
Lightning rod.
Yeah, well,
And a glass piano.
we couldn't remember what he invented. Somebody did say lightning rod, but I feel like that shouldn't count because that's just a metal rod.
What about the rocket?
He didn't really invent a metal rod.
He started like the first actual.
He's more famous for being like a government guy, like,
And
oh,
also like the key and the kite or whatever.
yeah,
So
he
it's
did,
just like the key.
he did yeah, that wasn't really inventing anything, it's just like a scientific experiment.
I mean, someone's gonna do it.
Okay, 22. I'm not going to help you with this one, but this is a verse in the Bible. Obedience is better than sacrifice. So is it either that or sacrifice is better than obedience? Which of those is true?
Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Yeah. The verse in the Bible is obedience is better than sacrifice.
Wait, so the other one would be sacrifice?
Well, no. Well, you can just say obedience is not better than sacrifice. Which is the same thing as saying sacrifice is better, but whatever. Okay. 23. The B section, this is where it gets kind of tricky down here. We talked about this, but you gotta be careful. So did you guys, I don't know where I put that. I think it's way up here. The negation of, where did I put, there it is. This stuff. The negation of sometimes is never. The negation of always is sometimes. Negation of never is sometimes. Anyways, if you say it like with a not in the statement, it usually kind of makes sense. So on 23, some cats have green eyes. We're supposed to negate it.
What was the third one of the thing?
Okay, it was not sometimes is never. Not always is sometimes. And not never would also be sometimes. Not always, it's not never, sometimes. Alright, so probably the best way is just put a not in there and then like make it sound like actual English. So, not some cats have green eyes would be what? No cats have green eyes. Just got a picture of a cat. Whoops, I forgot what I was writing. No cats have green eyes. We don't have to say true or false on these. Number 5. Okay. For all numbers x plus 5 equals 5 plus x. Is that a true statement? Yes, it is. Okay, so we got to turn it into a false statement. So what's the opposite of for all numbers? For some numbers, or some number, you just need at least one. And then we also really need to negate the other part. For some number x plus 5 is not equal to 5 plus x. Alright, do you guys see what I did there? I negated the all equal and the equals. I don't know what I'm doing.
We saw.
Four score, huh? Yeah.
What is the E again? Something?
Sometimes. So what's not sometimes mean?
Never.
Yeah, or in other words, for all x plus 2 is not equal to 9.
Oh.
It's always not, is the same thing as never. That kind of makes these tricky, doesn't it? All right, 27, A, B, C, D. So the statement are, men are bald. Shocking, yes. 27A is we're supposed to say, what did that symbol mean, upside down A? Always. So I'm just going to say what? All men are bald. There's more than one way to say it. You could say men are always bald, but just try to do the one that sounds the most like an actual sentence.
Is the men are sometimes bald?
So not always would be, yeah, sometimes. So you could say men are sometimes bald. They just put some men are bald. Okay, C, what did the backwards E mean?
Never.
Never. Sometimes.
Yeah, some men are sometimes bald. So they actually put, I don't know, I see a difference. On B, they actually put some men are not bald. But that's the same thing as saying some men are bald. Some men are, some men aren't. That's kind of the same thing. All right, D.
Is no and is
What's not sometimes mean?
never.
Never. So that would be
No.
no men are bald.
That sounds like the right answer.
Okay, and then there's an E down there. Do you guys see that? It says, I think it says which of those are true. Yeah.
Oh, do we have to write down like all these?
So on A, B, yeah.
Oh, my bad.
On A, B, C, and D, which of those are actually true?